Hey, welcome back in. 7:42 now, and if you've decided to do some house repairs, maybe a little updating, now the question becomes, should you remodel or look to buy something totally different? Well, Marshall Clay is with the Welch Group, and he's here with some advice this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, so you're a financial advisor.
Right.
And so people may be wondering, why are you talking about this issue? But it does have to do with your investments, your money, the money you'll have for retirement, whether you want to remodel or buy another house, right?
You're exactly right. And I think, I'm sure a lot of your viewers have confronted this issue of whether to remodel or whether to move. And there's really a lot of things that you need to think about, because it can cost you a lot of money if you don't, set the proper priorities and do the proper homework.
And I think because you think about remodeling, you think, well, I've got to have this money up front. If you buy another house, you're just buying another house.
Right.
So, but you may have a longer mortgage for many more years, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a number of different ways to sort of finance a home remodel versus, just an outright move. But, they can be very, fairly simple. But it's definitely something that you need to think about up front.
All right, well, let's look at the things that you say you should start considering before you decide to really just whether you want to move or not, right?
Yeah. So the first thing, just make a list of your priorities. What do you want out of a home, or what do you need out of a home? Whether it's size, whether it's proximity to work, whether it's schools, if you have young children. Make a list of those priorities, and that'll kind of help get you started in the process.
And then once you make that decision, you need to evaluate the cost of remodeling to the cost of moving, right?
Right. So if you're looking at remodeling, the thing I recommend people do is engage a realtor, have a realtor come out, tell you where you can get the biggest bang for your buck. Make sure that you're not overbuilding for your neighborhood. That's a big one that I see a lot of times. People adding onto their homes, and they overbuild for the neighborhood, and when they resell their home, they don't get what they want.
So you may have a really great,
idea
and plan for your house, but
exactly.
You wouldn't get that return if you ever decide to remodel or decide to sell.
Exactly.
Okay. So compare the two options. How do you do that?
Well, then after you look at the cost of remodeling, you look at the cost of moving, and so the biggest one that I see is a lot of people look past the cost of paying a real estate agent. They look past the cost of just moving in and of itself, and a lot of times they discount the cost of spending money on new furnishings for the new house. I mean, it's in my experience, the old furniture doesn't just transition perfectly to the new home. So anticipate a lot of additional costs, even if you're moving to a new home. And so once you've established, the cost of the remodeling versus the cost of moving, you're better able to assess which one of those options addresses your needs the most.
And I guess it all depends on where you are in life, right? What age you are, where you have children home or not.
It does. I advise younger clients that have an expanding family, maybe having more children. Clients who are getting more in the elderly range, and they're looking to downsize or maybe stay in their home and just retrofit it to fit wheelchairs and things of that nature. So yeah, I mean, there's a broad range of issues that people are confronting in terms of analyzing this decision.
All right, Marshall Clay from the Welch Group. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. He has a new baby on the way in about 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yep, that's
All
right.
Well, still to come.